my name is Nils and I have a problem. My screen time is too high, way too high. As I have a lot to do with social media at work, I also spend a lot of time on Instagram, for example, with the excuse of positively influencing the algorithm. Hours often go by, and whenever I realize that, I feel bad. And I think you also know the following situation. It's Saturday, you wake up at some point and start the day on Instagram. After breakfast, you take a quick look at YouTube and suddenly it's dark outside and the day's over. How does that work? It's called addiction. As hard as it sounds. But I'm getting to grips with it now. To do this, I make the following simple change in my life. Every time I feel the urge to go on social media, I read a book instead. And of course, I can read otherwise, but to be honest, I don't know if I will, because I haven't read in ages. But anyway, no excuses, here we go. In contrast to my other mornings, this one started without social media, which was pretty boring. But I got ready and started to tackle the inevitable.
So, it's the first day of the experiment. I'm looking forward to the book. I've chosen Surrounded by Idiots from Thomas Erickson. But I think it will be very hard. But let's see.
So I started reading. It was kind of strange to do it again after such a long time. Just sitting down with the book and reading without music. But it was even better than expected.
Yeah, first block of reading is done. It was very interesting. And let's start in the day.
I started working through my to-do list for the day, filming the B-roll for if you make art but nobody cares. That took pretty much the whole morning, but I couldn't really capture it for you as my camera wasn't used. So let's jump straight to the lunch break. Just sit down and relax with the iPad, lean back and then realize that you're doomed to read books. Fuck. So I continued reading my book instead, and to be honest, I didn't think I would miss social media that much. At that point, I also didn't know how bad it would get. But never mind. I finished my lunch break, which was much shorter than usual, continued working, and day one came to an end. I have to say I'm pretty pleased with myself. I made good progress today, my work turned out well too. But boy, I want to watch YouTube. It's in the evening and I mean, what am I supposed to do all the time now? Day 2 was pretty normal, but day 3 was, well, let's say special. As I started in the middle of the week, day 3 was Good Friday, so public holiday. 24 hours without work that you have to get around somehow. The detox really took effect. I was often bored out of my mind and regretted the decision, but something else happened that overshadowed the negatives. Normally, I would have spent a day on YouTube and then regretted it. Now I spent it reading specialist literature and was happy in the end. So, I have now spent the whole day reading and I have a confession to make. I've fallen in love with reading again. So it's so cool to soak up so much knowledge simply because it really helps me move forward. It's so great. In the remaining days, I found it easier and easier to do without. Books became my new friend. I now read whenever I could, and by day 6, I've even got to the point where I no longer wasted a thought on social media. So, I had managed to get rid of an addiction in less than 7 days because I had not only consistently stopped using, but had also replaced it with something else. And then came the moment of truth. The day after the experiment, I sat down in front of my laptop and watched YouTube for an hour, scrolling through reels, and the result is amazing. Time is over and I have shocking results for you. It was so boring. I sat in front of my PC and thought by myself, why am I doing this? I could read my books, I could go for a run, and I sit here in front of my PC and watch that shit. So, as you could already hear, I'm no longer going to hang out in front of social media just to kill time. And if there's one thing this experiment has taught me, it's this. Anything is possible, you just have to want it. Sure, it was hard in the beginning, but now, after the 7 days, I feel better than I have in a long time and I can recommend it to everyone to do a detox. I wish you all the best and I hope that you achieve your goals. Your Nils.